What it do, everyone? It is your favorite individual, Derek Dougherty, on the microphone today. And we have loads to talk about this week. I was having some technical difficulties in the very beginning and my music wasn't playing. I hate when I do that shit. But anyways, we have none other than the individuals we're going to give shout outs today. Like we do every week, we got to, show that love to our sponsors. SmittyBlack.com. Go ahead and check it out. We have The Art of Procrastination as his new album that's on the website. Check out Bullets and Vultures or Spray. Those are two of my favorite that are on the album. You can also check them out on Apple and Spotify. Also, check out Mark Novakovic on YouTube. Ooh, yes. He's got killer videos on there, and they're super hilarious. And also check out the Jimmy and Chad podcast on Mark Novakovic's page. It's excellent. I did a voiceover. I'm quite amazing. They're amazing. Everyone's doing great work, and he's going to be a future director in the making. Let's get it going. And lastly, we have Messi_Jesse_art. Check her out on Instagram. She's got some amazing art that she's trying to show the world. Go check her out page. And if you are interested in any of her stuff, go ahead and send her a DM. Without any further ado, make sure that you guys go down there and you subscribe below. And you hit that like button because we only need 22 more subscribers to hit 100. Let's go! Without further ado, though, I'm going to bring on the one, the only, the brother Dan during the day and Danaconda at night. How's it going, brother Dan?
Going swell, my friend. How are we doing today?
Oh, just drinking my Zoa, you know what I'm saying?
Nice little juicy.
This is not free advertisement, by the way. You guys got paid for that, but it is pretty good.
This is pretty good.
Super tasty. Anyways, how's your day going, bro?
Doing good. Just been chilling. Been off today, so I was playing some video games. Watched the 10th episode of Man in Arena. I recommend anybody that hasn't watched the Tom Brady documentary on ESPN Plus to give it a watch. It's also on Disney Plus as well. So it's a really good 10-episode miniseries. Really good.
Is that like your what's the word I'm looking for? Like your porno, essentially? And usually you just have a picture, like you've upgraded from like magazines, I guess you could say, the actual videos. Like these are tapes that you can pull out and just, woohoo, yes, Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, I got my lotion, I got my candles out, and I lit everything right before the show. I'm like, I got an hour to myself. I mean, it was overwhelming,
Yep. Well, we got loads to talk about today, broski. Before we get started, I'm just going to take a little check real quick. Yes, we are going to be talking about the man who's also a wide receiver, but also a running back. He goes by Deebo Samuel. He's quite an amazing player. And guess what? He doesn't want to be on the 49ers. He said, you know what? I want to be traded. Send me to another team where I can win. And not only that, where I don't have to fucking play running back. Apparently, there's been a rumor out there. Well, rumors. I don't know if he said this. This is all allegedly. He doesn't want to be a wide receiver, running back hybrid or duo. He would prefer to just be a wide receiver on a team. And the 49ers are saying that they're not going to trade him. They don't see any scenario. At least that's what general manager John Lynch said. He's like, not a chance in hell, essentially, is what we came to the conclusion. But you never say never in the NFL. I mean, money talks and picks talk, and anything can happen. Right now, the Jets are the ones that are favored to get him plus 300, followed by the Packers and Saints at plus 400, and the Colts at 500. What are your thoughts on Deebo Samuel? And do you think he's going to get traded, or do you think he's remaining with the team?
I think he's going to remain with the team. You got to understand something, though. People as a whole got to understand something like, hey, they still own his rights, his contract. And I believe they could exercise the option next year. So, like, hey, you don't want to play, you could sit out. But you're not going to get paid for it. If we don't want to trade you, we're not going to trade you. It's not always about picks. I mean, obviously, I think he's better as a running back wide receiver, even though he just wants to be a wide receiver because he's really good in the running game. And then when you just purely have him as a wide receiver, he doesn't do a whole lot. But he does most of his damage out of the running game, I think, personally, from what I've watched. So, I mean, I think he's going to stay put with the 49ers. If I had to give an option, if he was going to get traded, it's not going to be the Saints with their cap situation. I like the Colts. I like the Jets, followed by the Packers, in that order.
So, yeah, I mean, I think personally, like he's such a great player. First off and foremost, that is a player that you can't let leave your roster. You have to keep him on your team at all costs. Maybe you have to overpay him to keep him. He seems like he's a little unhappy at the moment. Maybe no one ever asked his opinion last year on whether he wanted to take extra hits, but he seems like he is a team player. I never heard him complaining last year about playing wide receiver or running back. But honestly, to me, it just feels like there's more to the situation and more to the story of why a player would all of a sudden not want to be on the actual team, because he's got other teammates and players that are on there. And for him just to be like, you know what, I don't want to be on the team anymore, trade me to somewhere else. Maybe like, because if it was me and someone was making me a running back, I would just bring that to the coach attention, at the end of the season, like, yo, I know you guys maybe do this, but to be honest with you, man, I don't like being a running back. I am a team player. I'll take a couple snaps here and there, but I'm not trying to take 60 snaps throughout the season at running back because I'm not a running back. I'm a wide receiver. I know I'm better than most running backs, especially on the team, but my position is wide receiver, and that's where I want to stay. So if it was me, that's what I would do. It just seems like there's more to that situation than there's more to the story. We'll see how it unfolds. I mean, the draft is in a couple of days on Thursday, so we'll see if he gets traded before then. I don't think he'll get traded. I think that they'll figure out what they can do to keep him. But if he does get traded, I don't think he's going to the Jets. I mean, that's just where wide receivers go to die. I think he clearly knows that. I don't know if he's got a trade escalation clause in his contract where he gets to choose where he gets to go, kind of like Deshaun Watson. You said what?
Rookie contract, I believe.
Yeah, still on a rookie contract where you don't got that yet. But if I had to pick a place that he would go, it'd probably be the Packers, in my opinion. They have loads of picks, and they just got a bunch for giving away Davante Adams. They don't have to give away all of them. So it's pretty much they just got another – not saying that he's better than Davante Adams or Davante Adams is better than him. And clearly, I think I guess I could say that. Davante Adams is better than Samuel, in my opinion. Huh?
Hands down, Davante Adams is better than him.
Yeah. So that's what I would say. But you're still getting an exceptional player who can still make up a lot, like a very good portion of that production that Davante Adams had last year. And with that being said, still have plenty of picks left over from that haul that you got from trading him away, and still get some really good players. So that's my opinion. If he was going to be traded, of where he would go. That way, the Packers can do what they traditionally do: is not pick a wide receiver or a offensive playmaker in the first round like they haven't done for the last 20 years. But yeah, I would like him to come to the Colts, but we don't have a first round pick, and I'm sure they want a huge hole for that. I don't see it. I don't see it happen. I don't see Chris Ballard saying, "Yeah, we're gonna trade for him." I just don't see it. But
Watch him trade.
Sorry, I say that again. Every time I talk, for some reason, it's cutting you out.
I said watch him trade Jonathan Taylor for Deebo Samuel.
Danny. If they trade, I would be so goddamn pissed if that shit happened. Fuck no. I'd be like, what in maybe he has lost his goddamn mind. Unbelievable.
You're distraught. That's great.
So moving on from that, something pretty crazy I encountered over the weekend. I might be able to show you. Actually gonna have to go search it real quick. But there is a new game that you can play, and it's going to be on the VR. I don't know if you know what MetaQuest is. It's the Oculus that you can play. It's Facebook's version of it. I'm pretty sure Lamar Jackson was just doing it. I'll just type in this Meta. There it is, MetaQuest. Boom. I'm going to share my screen here soon. I just got to. Is this the one? No, that's just the platform. But man, they share a lot of crap. Oh my lord. There it is. Okay, I found it. So pretty much the There's a new Status Pro. There's a company called Status Pro. They made a new VR game that's coming out soon, and you can play as an NFL quarterback on the game. It'll be available on MetaQuest VR in the fall of 2022. And I'm going to show you a clip of it real quick, and I'll just hear your thoughts after I do this. Let me share my screen. We're going to go over the Chrome tab, and we'll do this one right here. All right. Boom. And let me make sure that, yep, you can see both of us on there. Wonderful. And let me flip that back.
On your chest. Putting up numbers is cool. What stats without that ring? This is the NFL. It ain't just about your arm. You're leading every player in that huddle. Yeah. The team is yours now. You gotta think like a quarterback. Go ahead, think like a quarterback. Now, faster. You know how sharp you gotta be? Watch out. Breathe. You gotta keep focused. Trust, they trying to take the ball. Nah, ain't nobody taking the ball. And I ain't gonna lie, it's as fun as it looks. So ask yourself, you wanna be the quarterback? Welcome to the future of the field, NFL Pro era.
So that is on MetaQuest's website, or not website, on their Twitter. If you want to check it out a little bit more, all you have to do is go to @Meta META QUEST VR, and that's on Twitter, and you'll be able to check out that video and see a little bit more about it. But moving on, I mean not moving on, but what are your thoughts on that, Danny?
Well, if I were to get something like that, when would I be done with the game? Would I be able to run like Lamar Jackson?
I mean, I don't know. Probably not. I mean, that dude's pretty exceptional. But you can in the game if you want to. If you want to run like him, I think you just like that's all you got to do in the game, and boom, 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 you're running like Lamar Jackson, but in the game.
Oh, that's too much cardio. I just want to be like Tom and just sit in the pocket and throw dimes for touchdowns.
So like Aaron Rodgers, because you want to be accurate, right? You just don't want to have like that weak arm where you're only able to throw it, only a certain amount of yards.
And back when he throws it a certain amount of yards.
No, I'm just saying, Aaron Rodgers is super accurate. He, throws hella deep balls, super accurate. Tom Brady, he throws deep balls, but they're not always accurate.
Well, they're all.
No, not always.
Good, like 60-70% of them are.
I'd say like 30%, 35%.
Whoever told you that's fake news.
Okay, Trump. But yeah, actually, I kind of like the game. I feel like I kind of want to see like a little bit more information about it, like a little, like, can you only be a quarterback? Because I don't just want to be a quarterback all the time. Can I be a wide receiver? Can I be a running back? I mean, how does the whole thing work? Can you play defense? Like, and also, is it like if it could possibly be better than Madden, that would be cool. Because what if you could play in that game and they have Madden ratings and the ratings are better than what they're actually anticipated on Madden? Because Madden has shit ratings for certain players sometimes. You're just like looking at these ratings like, what? You think he's an 85? Are you fucking kidding me? That'd be my thought. But on this game, maybe they can do something a little bit more realistic. Like, oh, he's actually not that great. He's a 75, or he's exceptionally great. He's a 91, some shit like that,
They're never accurate with those ratings. It drives me insane. Like every year when it comes out, Tom Brady's like a 96 or a 97.
Yeah, he definitely needs to be like an 88, 87, maybe even 84.
Oh, I was just gonna say him and Aaron Rodgers should be at least 99. At least.
No.
Oh.
And he's just overrated.
I don't know. He's pretty amazing.
But yeah, I mean, I want to play the game. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I don't even know how much a VR from MetaQuest cost. Honestly, probably like $400 if I had to guess. I can get one for like Christmas or Black Friday. I'm sure they're gonna have a Black Friday special. If it's like one of that bullshit ass fucking Sony PlayStation bullshit where I gotta like go in a queue and wait for them to go on, and these bots are always beating me to it, then they can just fuck off. I don't even want the goddamn thing. But if they're actually smart and they can put these in production and send them out to like not grocery stores, like retail stores, I'm all fucking for it. I'll buy it, but I'm gonna wait till Black Friday.
By the way, to my viewers, I want to give a shout out to anybody that needs the new Xbox or PS5. I have some friends that can get past those bots into the queues where you can get systems that are in stock. So if anybody needs a hookup, get
You hear that, guys? So if you guys want to get a PS5 or an Xbox and you're always stuck in those queues, hit up Brother Dan. Brother Dan's got your back, and he'll show you a way to get them so you don't have to get fucked over by those bitch-ass bots that are always buying shit with their bullshit algorithms and taking your shit when you can just get one for your fucking child or for yourself.
And not overpriced either.
Boom. You don't have to pay like $1,000 for a PS5 that costs $500. Let's be real here. Those bots need to fuck off. And honestly, that's going to lead into something a bit later today that we're going to talk. But we'll get to that later. On another thing, you keep talking about Brady's bitch ass. What about Bill Belichick? I feel like he still has something to prove since Brady's already proven he can play without him. My question to you is, because I've noticed a few things. One, he's going back to like the 2007, 2008, maybe even 2009-ish days, I think it is, where he played a defensive coordinator and he didn't need a defensive coordinator. This year, he doesn't have an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator, I don't think. And he's going to do both. And for the first time ever, bro, I saw like a clip the other day. I forgot what it was on, but he was with his wife, or girlfriend or something. I didn't even know he had even talked to another human being other than his players and coaches. And he was smiling. I was like, this is not the real Bill Belichick. This has got to be an imposter. Someone fucking like is replicating him. Someone cloned him and is out there acting like him. Maybe Bill Belichick did it himself. He's like, you know what? I need to focus on myself here at the Patriots facility. What I need you to do, fake Bill Belichick, is go out there and please my wife or girlfriend and the rest of the fans out there. Go watch a fucking baseball game. I think that's what happened. What are your thoughts on Bill Belichick, bro?
Let's not fail to forget that he's still one of the best defensive coordinators in history, let alone being the best head coach in history.
Mm-hmm.
Being defensive coordinator duties, it's not bad at all. I mean, look at it. Like, look at all the cornerbacks. And I always reference the safeties and corners and everything, because how many other teams could have single guys go man-to-man? If you want to see how good one single player is man-to-man, play for a Bill Belichick-led defense. You get the Stephon Gilmores, you get the Jacksons, and they get these big contracts elsewhere, and then they don't end up either playing somewhat above average or at that level for a little bit, and then they just taper off, or they just don't play good at all. So I'm like, I think it's like, this just shows you that he puts his players in good positions and he doesn't pay for these players, because he's always good at finding new players to replace them. So I think the defense is going to be a highlight reel. I think they're going to cause a lot of turnovers this season. I think they're going to get a lot faster. I think they're not going to, after getting trashed by the Buffalo Bills, they're not going to miss a beat with it, but having him at the helm called the calls this time.
No, I could see that, man. Definitely. But I still don't. I told you earlier this year that I don't think the Patriots are going to even be second in their division. I think they might be third. Just seeing what the Dolphins did in the offseason. But you never know. The draft is on Thursday, so we will see what happens on Thursday. I was actually going to do a show on Thursday, like a live show for like 4 hours during the draft. But dude, Pat McAfee, bro, like he's got the draft spectacular shit going on, and he's got some killers on there, man. He's gonna have like Darius Butler, like I think live. He's gonna have like Chris Ballard on the show and stuff. So I don't know. I'm tempted to watch that instead and not do a show. I'm still debating on it, but yeah.
He's gonna be a top 10 quarterback this year.
Mac Jones?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's gonna be a top 10 quarterback this year?
Yeah.
Who's he going to throw to?
It's just going to replicate what Tom Brady did in the past, throwing to nobodies.
You know Tom Brady is still in the league, right?
I know, but he's not, Patriot Tom Brady. I know. Got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin now.
Yeah, and that's who Mac Jones does. Maybe Mac Jones needs to get some offensive playmakers before he be considered a top 10 quarterback in the league ever. So just saying. You know, you can get a little ahead of yourself over there, buddy. Also, I heard I heard something today from Pat McAfee. I was watching his show. He said that the NFL no longer requires the Wonderlic test. I didn't know about this. I didn't know that they no longer require it. He was saying on his show that he feels that teams use that as a tactic in a way to like deter other teams from picking that player or kind of like ruin them in a way. I guess it's a way to manipulate getting that player or something like that. And there's other things that go into it, but the Wonderlic test, for those of you that don't know, it's a test that players can take that shows how smart they are in a way, as far as entering the NFL. So if you're terrible at it, you obviously just don't know how to read, or you're just terrible. If you're IQ wise. If you're like average, and you're just taking it, yada yada yada, it's like, okay, we can work with this, do something, and if you're excellent on it, it means like you kind of like retain a lot of information. You're very creative thinking and things like that. So, your thoughts on the Wonderlic test? Do you think it's good that they're getting rid of it so they're not able to manipulate players like that? And it's fair game, because honestly, I think it benefits a lot of teams for sure. When they take the Wonderlic test, because you know how smart they're going to be as they come into your organization. But at the same time, they shouldn't be, leaking that information out. They should keep it to them fucking selves.
Let me tell you something, how I feel. First and foremost, because a test is not going to define who they're going to be out to be. You could be a baller at the test and be a bad NFL player. You could be a shitty person at the test and be a phenomenal NFL player. Don't leave it to one test to define who that player or that person is. But it also hurts the player's value when he can go somewhere else and get paid more. So it hurts more than just another NFL team. It hurts the player, the family, whatever the situation may be. So, I think it's a good idea that they get rid of it for a magnitude of reasons. One, it hurts the player, and it always should be the player first. But these are building up corporations or organizations that will just eventually spit them out someday, eventually anyways, and replace them like 10 or 5 years, depending.
Yes. Yeah, very true, very true. Yeah, I mean, if I was a player, I wouldn't even take the test. I mean, that's not required. I'm sure as hell not taking it. I'm sure there's teams that somehow try to coerce them into taking it by letting them know, like, oh, if you take this, it might help improve your chances. Also, if I take it, this also might show me that I'm fucking retarded, or like I'm stupid or I'm dumb. Excuse my French, but I don't want to deal with that stuff. I'd rather not. I'd rather just show my performance and what I can do on the field, and show what I've done in college. And if that's not good enough for you, then you can fuck off. But whatever. Everyone's different. I just don't like how the teams can make sort of trick you into doing that somehow, by making it seem like it's better. Then all of a sudden that stuff gets released in the future or later on anyway. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I want that reputation. You know what I mean? Some things that we talked about last week, as regards to teams and leagues. The USFL, we were talking about putting those microchips in their footballs. Well, there was a lot of complaints from specialists because they've been doing pretty bad since week 1, and the USFL has heard their complaints and decided that they're going to go back to the traditional balls for all the specialists. So that means like field goals, extra points, punts, and kickoffs. They no longer have to struggle. So what are your thoughts on them doing that? Do you think there's going to be a way in the future they can actually integrate it to where it's not affecting them? Because I remember last week I was adding like 4 to 5 ounces to the ball or something like that, but it was making it all like disproportionate on certain size and stuff like that. And it's hard to play well with that.
Clearly, whichever put in those chips in the football didn't play football. Obviously, it seemed like something that was rushed if you didn't test it enough before their season started. So, obviously, it looks bad on the start of this league from the get-go. Maybe you start the season with regular football. It's like, hey, we want to try something out. Don't know how it's going to work because we haven't tested it yet, but would like players' feedback and see how it's going to work. Put chips into football. Maybe that would have been a better way to go about it, make it look better, but it doesn't look good already for the start of their league.
Did you even watch the USFL?
I watched one game and I quit.
I only watched I think it was like a part of the game in the very beginning of the season. I don't even think they even had fans there. It just got to be tough, man. Like all these leagues, they always fail. The only one I think that might be successful in the future is the one that Dwayne Johnson's doing, and that's the XFL, and that's only because he's got a partnerships with the National Football League and other types of things, and they're actually trying to do things to try and integrate it, and I just feel like there's so much terrible talent on these teams that it's not entertaining to watch. Like when you turn it on, you just see a fucking slop fest and you don't want to watch it. It turns it off. It's not really exciting. Plus you have everything going on right now. It's kind of tough to watch, spring football when you got the NBA playoffs going on, and I feel like what the NFL does all the time is they always take a page out of one of these leagues' books, so like the microchip thing, maybe they might find that amusing or not amusing, intriguing, and they might take that and add it into the league and perfect it and just make it better than what the USFL did. That's what I think will happen. I think as of right now, the USFL is just only doing that for the specialists. I don't think they've changed that for like the ball for like running backs and quarterbacks and whoever else is touching it on the field. It's just for specialists. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes, man. Maybe the NFL might do that. They might just start putting chips in their balls that doesn't affect the ball, and they're only going to use them for on the field and for like offense and defense, and not for special teams. That's my opinion on what I think might happen.
I got entertainment watching Sesame Street than that football league.
I mean, yeah, it's probably more entertaining, honestly. At least they have a storyline going on. So the Hall of Fame class for the NFL, the size has increased over the next 3 years. So for, I think, 2023, 4, and 5, I'll read a statement real quick. Over the next 3 Pro Football Hall of Fame election cycles, the maximum class size could reach as high as 9 enshrinees. The Hall's Board of Trustees on Thursday announced the approval of changes to selection process bylaws, most notably a revision that will allow the election of up to 3 from the seniors category for the next 3 cycles. The revision means the maximum class size, beginning with the class of 2023 and running through to 2025, will be 9 potential individuals. The change to increase the amount of senior finalists for the next 3 decades is an indication of the Hall's desire to ensure that all worthy candidates receive an opportunity for Hall of Fame consideration. A Hall of Fame press release read, in part, senior players whose careers ended more than 25 years ago will now be provided a more comprehensive examination for potential induction, but there's no guarantee that they will be elected each year. So what is your thoughts on adding, giving an opportunity for more people to make the Hall of Fame?
Hey, it just shows you, like, hey, a lot of players got mad disrespected on making the Hall, and they deserve a chance. Okay, Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher. I feel like players of our generation are getting elected before these players in our parents' or grandparents' generations. I'm like, how was players that we grew up watching already in the Hall, and these players are not yet?
It's true. I mean, there's a lot of players I feel get snubbed every year. There's some times that I've watched it where like a guy doesn't get inducted until like the 3rd time. It's like, geez, dude, like he should have been inducted a long time ago. Obviously you have those first ballot Hall of Famers like Peyton Manning, but I mean, there's been a lot of players that have been duped on that type of stuff before, and I feel their pain. So I'm kind of glad that the Hall of Fame is doing that. I just wanted to shed some light on it briefly for the show, and hopefully the right players can make it now, especially the ones from 25 years in the past before our time. I don't know, I'm not familiar with all of them, but once they get inducted to the Hall of Fame, you kind of pay attention to like, who is this guy? And you go look up his highlights and his stats. You're like, oh wow, this guy's an exceptional player. It kind of like, it's like a disrespectful smack to the face when you see someone who just retired 5 years ago from the league, and he's already been inducted into a Hall of Fame, and you've been waiting for 20 years. You know, it's really discouraging, that's for sure. So hopefully this is for the better. Go ahead.
I'm going to make a new Hall of Fame in the next 5 years.
Who is?
They're making a new Hall of Fame. It could be the Hall of Fames, because Tom Brady's going to be the first player, so it's going to have to be players playing for more than 20 years, 6 Super Bowl champs, 7 Super Bowl rings, rings. I just made that up.
That's not happening. First off, there's only one Hall of Fame. And if Brady was going to join a Hall of Fame, it's not going to be in the NFL. You know why? Because he's garbage, he's trash, he's a system quarterback. I'm just joking with you. But speaking of Tom Brady asked Elon Musk to delete his famous combine photo. This one. I don't know if you guys all remember that one. He asked if Elon Musk were to buy Twitter, can he delete it for him? And then Elon Musk bought Twitter, bro. So Tom Brady goes, so.
I don't think he's joking. I think he really wants that deleted.
He's been wanting that shit deleted forever, bro. Like forever. But what are your thoughts on Elon Musk buying Twitter, bro?
Might as well buy the country next.
He's got a lot of money. I mean, I don't think about the country, though. Maybe that's a lot of debt. That's like trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars of debt.
I don't know. I feel like he's going to be running out of country soon. Yes.
Let's not let that happen. Fuck no. I don't want Elon Musk as any type of leader in our country. Anyone who's got billions of dollars shouldn't be leading our country. I'm just saying, in my opinion. But I like the fact that he bought Twitter, but I'm also nervous at what he's going to do, because now that he owns Twitter, he can do whatever he like. I won't say do whatever he wants, but he can do whatever he wants. Like, you know, he could, like, before. The reason why a lot of people wanted Twitter to, like, someone else to buy it, I guess, or Elon to buy it, or for them to change it, is because just like Facebook, they block people for a lot of things. You say something on our internet, boom, you're blocked off. Trump got kicked off of Twitter, and he wasn't allowed to be back on. They banned him. The other day, I said something, and it wasn't even a derogatory. It was about Adam Schefter's tweet, and all I said was like what the fuck, and I was only retweeting something, and because I had the word fuck in there, I'm assuming that it banned me from not from Twitter in general, but from looking at Adam Schefter's profile. And it says you need to make sure that this is not offensive to people. And the fucking weird thing is, my Experian app messaged me and was like, yo bro, your reputation is at risk on social media, and showed me my fucking tweet. I'm like, bitch, the fuck out of here, Experian. Who the fuck told you that shit? But I don't know. I feel like it's good for freedom of speech. If he's definitely down and just going to let everyone talk and say whatever the fuck they want, that's great, because, freedom of speech, I'm all for it. And I feel like we should say whatever we want. And at the end of the day, we should be able to agree to disagree instead of having fights and, banning people from fucking platforms. But it also just makes me think, like, he can also manipulate it in his own way, and make it to where it's his benefit, where, he's obviously he wants to make money off of it, but he's getting rid of supposed bots, that are out there. And I know there's a lot of bots on there. He's talking about giving everybody a verified check mark on Twitter to eliminate bots, which I should have liked, because I want to be verified, dude. Like, fuck, bro. And honestly, I'm curious if he's gonna fucking add an edit button, bro. That's my main concern, because honestly, I hate typing up a fucking tweet, realizing I put like some mispronunciation, or forgot to put like some punctuation or something in it, or I forgot to add my video, and then I gotta fucking delete it and then re-put it in there again. Like, that's so irritating. But I don't know. I'm just curious to what he's gonna do.
It can go either way, good or bad.
Yeah, we're gonna find out real soon. It'll probably be in like the next couple months, honestly, but we shall see. His stock ain't doing too well. Like, it plummeled today, but I think that's because of all the shit that's going down in China right now. They're on like complete lockdown right now, like complete lockdown. They can't even leave their house and shit like that for COVID. I don't know if you knew that shit, but yeah. But things that people there's a player that's trying to return to the NFL, and that's Earl Thomas. I think he had some beef last year or the year before, something like that, with the last time he was in the NFL. I don't know. I think it was with the Ravens, maybe, if I recall correctly. I can't remember. But what are your thoughts about Earl Thomas coming back to the NFL? And if you think he's going to come back, who do you think he's going to play for?
Nobody. I think he's washed up. He's done.
You think he doesn't have anything left in the tank?
Long way to be away at his position.
Yeah, I mean, what is he, a safety? I think he can still play.
They what, 33, 34 now?
I think so. I got you, broski. How old is Earl Thomas? He's 32, bro.
That's old.
I mean, think about it. Stephon Gilmore's 31, and he's not a safety. He's a corner. I mean, Earl Thomas is 32 years old. You can consider one of the greatest, not one of the greatest, but is one of the greatest players to play the game, and he's a safety. I still think he's got it. He's been in multiple Pro Bowls, bro, and he was part of the Legion of Boom.
Has he played these last 2 years then?
I think they kind of not saying that they blackballed him or blacklisted him. I feel like that, like a lot of NFL teams do that. Like when they see that someone becomes labeled as a problem, they kind of don't want that distraction on their team.
More like the Legion of Doom.
But I don't think he's a problem. I don't. When he was on the Legion of Boom, he was never considered, a problem or anything like that. Not that I recall.
I was part of the Legion of Doom.
I think it was just that one particular year. I mean, you mean to tell me that one time that in your career you fuck up on something, and now you're going to be labeled as a problem for the rest of your career? Like, come on, what about the previous years? It's kind of like, my resume should speak for itself.
I mean, he might come back. I mean, look at what's his face from the Rams. He was not even playing in until the playoffs. He used to play for the Chargers. Eric Weddle, there we go.
Yeah, Eric Weddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're probably going to start seeing that happen a lot. A lot of people that have been out of it for like the last couple of years might want to come back because they're seeing players join teams like the Rams, like Eric Weddle, and all of a sudden they're just boom, getting a ring right quick, and then they can just go ahead and go back to retiring again or not playing for that year. And they might do that. Some of them might take a year off, or whatever, but I don't know, man. We'll see how it shakes out. I wish him the best, though. I like Earl Thomas, though. I really do.
It's good. Thank you. Right.
For sure. Last but not least, just want to make sure we're going over everything today. The Panthers said that they're not going to trade for Baker Mayfield. They picked number 6 in the draft right now, and I'm thinking they're wanting to see how the draft plays out. I think that they might pick a quarterback. And what if they do pick a quarterback? They're not going to need Baker Mayfield. They'll just have that rookie quarterback go at it. And say that they don't pick a quarterback, one doesn't fall to them. Then after the draft, after they've picked everybody, then they have the chance of trading for him. But I think that Baker himself is going to be a topic of conversation every single time that maybe someone gets injured in the future throughout all of training camp and OTAs leading up to the season, the preseason. If one team doesn't have a quarterback or a player gets injured, that's a quarterback for a team, and there's not a solid backup, there's going to be a lot of people calling for the Cleveland Browns to trade Baker Mayfield to that team and for that team to pick him up. And then also, in addition to that, I don't think he's worth what I think that's the reason why a lot of teams don't want him. They don't want to pay the $19 million. I think that the Browns are going to have to eat that. But what are your thoughts on Baker Mayfield and the Panthers not getting him? Go ahead.
Yeah, he'll be released right before training camp. That's why nobody wants to trade right now, because they want a first-round draft pick for him. Everybody knows he's not worth a first-round pick. With the Panthers, you can give up their 6th pick for Baker Mayfield. Get out of here. That's dumb. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be still out on him. He just needs a fresh scenery. Not a first pick, maybe a 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, I still think he's a starter. I think he's still better than a lot of quarterbacks that are starting in the NFL currently and whatnot. But we're about to see how it shakes out in this NFL draft, honestly. I'm actually kind of excited. Honestly, what I think I might do, I think I might go live for the show for the draft on Thursday. I'll have a couple guests join the show here and there. I think I'm also going to be watching the Pat McAfee show at the same time. So I'll be like going back and forth and feeding off Pat McAfee what he's saying. I will try to keep it entertaining, guys. I will try. But I might not. I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. Oh, Pat McAfee has such a good show for Jeff Spectacular. He really does. He's kind of the one that kind of made me want to do a draft, or not draft, but a not anything special. Like I'm not gonna dress up like they all do, but I kind of just want to talk. And as players pop up, I'm like, oh, this guy just got drafted, and talk about him or something like that. But I don't know, man. I'm still thinking about it. Maybe what I might do is when like a player's about to pick, I'll go live. And then, maybe I might hit you up while you're at work and talk about the Patriots pick when they come up. Same thing for the Packers and, see what people's interests are and stuff like that.
Basically the first round, basically.
Yeah, I'm only doing the first round. I'm just going to hit up people that are fans of those teams. And then but I might only do they're technically shows, but I'm going to call them clips. And it'll be I don't know, a 5-minute conversation each time. So I'll come on for 5 minutes. I'll talk with whoever for 5 minutes and then log off and then do it again. I'll probably do that throughout the night.
Damn.
That's something about doing. Yeah, I think it might be better. That way I can share that 5-minute clip. I feel like a lot more people might watch, especially fans of either the Packers. I think I'm going to have the Packers fan on. I think I'm going to have a Dallas Cowboys fan on, Patriots fan on, maybe the Bears if they trade into the first round, and maybe the Colts if they trade into the first round. So, and we'll see about some other teams. I'm trying to get a San Francisco 49ers fan on here, Garrett, but he didn't respond back to me yet. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But don't forget to subscribe below, guys. We only need 22 more subscribers to hit 100, and be sure to hit that like button. Brother Dan, I appreciate you being on the show today.
Thank you, buddy. And I was about to, I can get my friend from California to get on our show. He's a true blooded 49ers fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have it hit me up. Oh, you can also have Ben, your sister's husband, come on the show. I think the Texans picked, don't they?
Yeah, he wanted to get on tonight, actually, but we started a little late. But he'll be on the next show.
Yeah, well, if you want to ask him if he wants to join Thursday, I can send you a link and you can just forward it to him. And when the Patriots are about to come on, he'll pop up in the bottom of my screen and I can just add him on as I'm talking. I don't know, man. This is going to be real interesting. But yeah, I'll add him on the show. Just let him know, see what he says, and we'll go from there.
Sounds like a plan, my friend.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Later. Bye.
All right, guys, that's going to complete our show today. Again, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsors, SmittyBlack.com. Check it out, man. He's got The Art of Procrastination. Boats and Vultures and Spray are two amazing singles on that, or not singles, but songs on that album. Check him out. He's also on Spotify and Apple Music. I listen to him on Apple Music literally all the time. Lastly, we got Mark Novakovic and Messi's_Jesse's art. You can check Mark out on youtube.com. Just type his name in and you'll see all the stuff that comes up. He's got a really good video called the Jimmy and Chad podcast. Absolutely hilarious. And then Messi_Jesse's art is on Instagram. Just go ahead, look on there, find her art. If you like her art, go ahead and DM her and let her know that you're interested. I appreciate everybody listening today. If you have any other questions, go ahead and leave a comment below. If you guys want to hear something on the next show, you'll let me know. And if you want to be a special guest on Thursday during my live draft show, let me know. Send me an inbox and I'll see what I can do. Thank you guys for listening. You guys have a swell day.